Everyone, welcome back. It is Vortie here, and we're going to be doing a quick video here following up on all the new updates and information that is coming out soon? I don't know, I had to pause there for a second to figure out what the hell is going on, but I believe it's soon. There should be an update tonight. So yeah, so we're going to talk about that. Of course, there's only one way we can start rolling. Is in the middle of a freaking fight, because that's the way we roll, brah. Okay, anyways, that's just me being gangster. Man, sorry. Anyways, as I'm doing this while I'm waiting, semi-apology. I've been really busy lately. I've been going to conferences and stuff, so I do computer security or whatever, ethical hacking, whatever the hell you guys want to call it. But anyways, I was at a bunch of conferences downtown Toronto here in Canada, so I've been really busy the last few days. So I do apologize for not being able to get this information out to you guys sooner. But yeah, life is a bag of poo sometimes. You don't really have a choice. You just gotta roll with the punches. Roll with the punches. Alright, where the hell was I? Where am I going? What am I doing? Alright, so let's take a look at the things that are going on. I don't think I covered this here yet. Actually, maybe I did touch upon it a wee bit. The Giant of Babble is currently the reappeared story event that went a little while ago. Actually, this came out around the time when I just started playing. I was not able to defeat this person all the way to the end. I did get the Lilith Rod. I struggled, but I did get it. Anyways, I did go through it once myself to see the difference. Now, it is a lot easier. Like, a lot easier. I think I just, for the last boss, granted, I had some of my better units. I did bring Lightning and like Lunith and stuff. I got like my weaker of the 5 stars with me to just kind of, you know, just reminisce of the olden days. And I went through the event literally just auto-attacking. So even those people who are brand new are probably going to have a lot easier time completing this, especially if you're doing the raid right now and you're getting some of the raid characters. If you had Yuda, whatever you guys want to call her, the monk right now that's come out. If you have that person leveled up to 5-star, 6-star, you're probably going to be laughing because she's really powerful. And if you crafted her weapons, or if you take the party that you can get right now for free from the raid event and gear them up with the gear that you can craft for free, you can blindfoldedly defeat this event. That is that much of a joke. So obviously, if you have better items or better units, you can replace them, and you're gonna fly through this. My advice for you is you have to do this right now if you can. Doesn't matter if you're trying to do something else. You should definitely complete this event. Here are some points and reason why. The intermediate one, you get a Dark Helm. I've been using this item since the time I got it. It's still one of the better items you can get. Yes, there's better TMs out there, but we don't have always the most amount of time to farm them. This is your chance to pick up a really decent helmet that you can use. Okay, it is a chainmail helmet, heavy, so just be careful. Remember, this is going to go to units like Gilgamesh and stuff like that. Alright, next, Lilith Rod. Granted, this right now is not the strongest rod. If you were around, pardon me, when what do you call it? My girl, Miley Cyrus was around. When Cyrus was released, most of us were able to farm him like a ton. If he was not like, you probably had the same issue like me. You couldn't pull enough of him to feed all the Trust Muggles into him. I was able to get 2, and that's 100 attack, 101 or whatever. So this is 60. So if you weren't around for that, might be a chance to pick it up. Either way, you should pick it up because it's still 60 magic. If you were building a party of, let's say, all mages because you needed to for whatever reason, who the hell knows, you don't have that many Draco spikes. If you do, fantastic. If you don't, still too bad, right? I mean, so just pick it up. It is worthwhile. And the elite version, it's a fun boss fight. You get to fight 4 bosses back to back, and then you fight the last boss as well. Straightforward. It's a pretty simple thing here. If I do get a little bit of time this weekend, I will make a quick video. I will just jumble up a party. I might just wear my party or bring my party with just weapons and no gear, because I don't think you're gonna need it. But anyways, I'll do something fun and then we'll go through that fight to show you guys how that is. So if you haven't completed this yet, make sure you jump on that before the new events come out, because you're gonna be hella busy trying to get those new items. All right, let's jump to the next one. Gil Snappers, skip this. You shouldn't need this. You guys should know that by now. We are getting a lot more raid events, and in the raid events, you're summoning the Gil Snappers anyways. So that is just going to be a waste of your hard-earned energy, so just leave it be. Alright, we got a new and improved trial boss. They're super sexy looking. You're going to love these guys. So you have to face 2 of these dudes. Alright, one is called Orthoros. He's like this weird octopus thing who looks like he's eating himself. He's just got a crazy troll face on. And then Typhoon, also really weird looking, engine powered, very creepy. So they give us a little bit of information about them. I did beat this fight in the Japanese version, so it is pretty straightforward. So it says Orthoros is weak against magic attacks, and while Typhoon is weak against physical attacks. Essentially, you got a few options here. You bring a mixed party, or you bring like hybrid units, right? But to be completely honest, you don't need to have one or the other. You can still beat them. It's just they're weaker against those things. You just have to be a little bit more cautious, right? On my Japanese version, I brought more like a hybrid-based thing, but my most powerful characters were the 2 Noctises I have. I know, you're gonna say, oh my god, you have 2 Noctises. It's free to play. I lucked out. I got 2. Can't really help you with that. And I don't use money on that game. I haven't in a long time. Actually, I've never. So what I have there is literally what I earned, and I was able to just kind of brush right through it. Still requires a little bit of finessing with the strategy, so we'll try and create that for the global version here. And we'll take a look at it, right? So it says, these enemies will attack first, so be sure to have your healers and attackers ready, Kupo. Having Aquan Killer for the octopus-looking guy, and the Demon Killer for the funny face-looking dude, you'll be fine. You can do extra damage. Aquan, you can get Aquan Killer from a free-to-play summon unit with your friend points. His name is Ilyas, or Ollie. He looks like a Viking. He gives you Aquan Killer, and then Demon Killer you guys can get, as you already know, from other things. So, as I didn't make a video for Ashina or whatever the hell that boss is before, because honestly I don't think we required that Trust Mastery. Not a lot of people are going for that Trust Mastery. Or not, sorry, not Trust Mastery. Yeah, the Materia. 30% magic. To be completely honest, not very important to me, so I didn't make a video yet. I will make a video showing you guys how I completed it. I literally just went in there and just smacked it silly. But there's a few different ways that you can complete it. There's a little tactic that I figured out that will help you guys. But for sure, I will be making a video on how to complete this, and the reason why is I'm telling you this shield here is a staple must-have item. Alright? So just like I did with Gilgamesh, pushing for it, making videos and stuff like that, for trials, if it is an item that is gonna make things easier for you guys, or is like required, it's like a must-have, I will do my best to make a video for you guys on that immediately. This shield is amazing. It gives you defense 48, all elemental resistances plus 20%. As you guys know, the last few events we all got a little spanked by some of the bosses, whether it's elemental damage or if we're taking, you know, tons of magic damage and we need to make sure our characters have tons of spirit. And those bosses normally do magic and physical damage, so you literally have to have strong defense, strong spirit, strong elemental resistances. So this shield is really, really good. Even more so, we all know that just around the corner, like literally around the horizon or around the tree or whatever, you can clearly see that Warrior of Light 6-star is right around the corner. We've all been expecting it now for a while. It should be here any moment. Like, who knows? It could be by the time this video comes out later on this evening. Who the hell knows? But he's right around the corner. This shield is gonna be freaking amazing for him. If you don't have any other shields, you're gonna be really happy to get this. So make sure that when this event does come, if you can't defeat it on your own, please drop by the channel. I will try and give you guys a few different options to beat it. It is definitely one of the better events, so I will definitely do that, unlike the previous trial, which I don't think is very important. But anyways, I'll probably do a video on that as well, just so you guys have something as a reference point, but honestly, ugh. So, looking at the mission rewards, looking at completing, no problem. 100 lapis, cool. Using Libra, which is one thing that I always use for all my bosses. Just use Libra, which is what most people do. You scan them. The only thing is you can't use Analyze or whatever. You have to literally use Libra. So use Libra. You're gonna get a 5-star Trust Moogle. Oh my god, here you go for free. Obviously, if you can beat it. The next one here is defeat any of the 2 bosses that is left over with a Limit Burst. Okay, so one of them has to get killed by a Limit Burst. Well, the last one has to get killed by a Limit Burst. And you'll get a Rod Mastery, which is 50% increased magic damage. So 50% increased magic damage if you're wearing a rod, which is not that bad considering that most of our mages are either wearing rods or staffs, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Alright, let me see here. And then the last one here is having 5 people in your party. You will, when you beat the boss or beat the trial, you will get materia called Toxic Rain. It is a move that I think does 7, 9, 10, something like that. It's a multi-hit attack. Deal partially unmitigated water damage, and it will inflict a random status ailments on all enemies. Here's the catch. Well, not the catch. Here's the kicker. It's 3 status ailments, and it's 100% chance to apply them. Unless the translation gets lost between the Japanese version and the global version, it applies at 100%. This is crazy. The downfall of it is a little bit pricey as far as the cost of MP. It's about 60 MP, which isn't okay, I guess. But if you use this strategically when you need it, then you are going to be able to take advantage of this amazing materia. For example, in PvP, you can use this. It's going to be a solid win for you. This is a nice way to apply it. If you have multiple characters that can apply status ailments, this guarantees it. Have one of your weaker units cast this. Then have, I'm just going to use Ling as an example. You can use Ling afterwards to reapply 2 additional ones that haven't been applied. And then thirdly, you can jump in and then use Noctis's Fire Flask to hit them up with a final dab to get anything else that you might have missed. It is a status ailment orgy. That's pretty much what's happening here if you combine those 3 together. There is a lot of potential for this. But now, let's look at it in an effect of using it for, like, let's say PvE, player versus the environment, which is kind of you playing versus the computer, like the story or whatever. So let's say we're doing a trial, okay, and there's a boss that can be paralyzed. He's got a 10% chance of being paralyzed. Cool. You can use this effectively against them, and you will guarantee, unless something changes again between the Japanese and the global version, you can guarantee that this dude's gonna get paralyzed 100%. Right? Obviously, most bosses really can't be paralyzed because it's a detrimental way to do something to a unit. You're gonna make him sit there. It's literally free hits. But whatever the status ailments are, like for example, like the fire and light and darkness, whatever, the one where Wilhelm was around, or I think he still is around. You could have used that to blind him, right? It's like a guaranteed kind of thing. So this is a good materia. All of the rewards from this are actually very, very appealing, and that is again another reason I want to make sure that when I do complete this and do have a video out there for you guys to help you out, so you guys can enjoy it and hopefully achieve the same victory as I will, because these are going to be helping you guys. Even though, as you guys know, I'm not a big guy on magic casters, but when they're throwing things like this at you, you might as well pick them up. You never know when you're going to need them. So, and I'm starting to see lots of changes as you guys are. More and more of the magical characters are getting these really nice buffs, and it's actually not that bad. So I'm hoping that I start getting some more of the powerful magic casters so that I can start bringing them along with my parties to actually show them off a little bit. Alright, cool. So that's cool. So we got the trial boss coming around. Not bad. So before we take a look at the gathering, I'm going to take a look at the new banner that's coming out. Alright, new banner coming out. We got 4 new units. All of these units have something really good about them. So we're going to jump in and take a look at them right away. So we're going to start with the 5-star going to a 6-star. This is Fallen. Fallen is the same guy I pulled in the Japanese version when they had the free, not free, but like you use 5,000 lapis, you get a free unit. Well, when I pulled on the physical attack banner, I ended up getting him. I was a little bit bummed about it originally because I was hoping to get one of the more powerful units, but this dude is very, very powerful. He's a wind-based unit, and honestly, I've been using him in my party since I got him to a level 100 on the Japanese version, and I'm very, very pleased with him. I wish I had better items to put on him so that he could benefit more from like something like, let's say, like a spear, because he gets increased like 50% increased damage if he equips a spear. So he's super badass. So let's take a look at his stats here. He's got a good solid 5,000 life. Attack is 188, that's with all of his passives and junk, so it's doing really good. Defense is so-so. MP is really, really high. Magic is low. Spirit is a little bit low for a tank, because that's kind of what he falls into. He falls into like a, I mean, like, he's a chocobo knight, right? That's his job. So he's kind of between like a tank and like a soldier. He's a knight, because knights can kind of tank and whatever. But anyways, that's kind of the situation he fits in. His defense and his spirit are like a little bit on the lower end for those tank style characters, because he has naturally in his kit, he's got moves and abilities that raise his evasion. So he's anticipating not getting hit. So 5-star going to 6-star. So let's look at his trust mastery called Rider's Helm. So Rider's Helm is a nice heavy helm that you can probably put on him or other units like Gilgamesh and stuff like that that could use heavy helmets if you're trying to get a little bit more damage on them. Attack 28. Ooh, girl, so good. Defense 60. Boy, are you serious? Attack 28 and defense 60. That is like what you would expect to have on body armor, That is a badass amount of attack and defense. Perfect. And on top of that, a little bit of a cherry on top in case you were disappointed with 28 and 60. You are now immune to disease and stone. Disease reduces your overall stats by 10%. That is a very good thing to be immune to. Secondly, being immune to stone. Stone is one of the bull crappiest things to get put on your unit when you are trying to fight something. If a boss can cast stone and one of your critical units like a healer or your best damage dealer or your tank gets hit on it and you can't remove it, it is crappy. Granted, we have items that can remove it, of course, I know, but you don't want to be wasting those accessory or material slots to put that in. You want it to be incorporated into your gear, and this is a way to get it in there for those big boys, alright? Amazing TM. Very, very, very good. Some of the abilities they kind of do tease here, they're looking at Vortex, damage and reduce wind resistance for all enemies, and add wind element to physical attacks for self. Girl, that is nice. He's got Sonic Blast here, which deal partial unmitigated wind damage on one enemy and allow caster to escape 3 attacks. So essentially what this is, he will attack the dude with some wind damage, and he casts, what is it called, mirror image or whatever they call it, on himself. And he can evade 3 attacks, right? I think it's 3 attacks for 3 turns, and it just dissipates, or it's at least 3 attacks for 3 turns. So he can take 3 today, or 3 now, 3 next turn, 3 next turn, and then disappears. But I think it's 3 attacks within 3 turns he can evade. Anyways, logistics. We'll take a look at those once he's fully converted into the global version after the update. Now, as you can see here, he's got a global upgrade. It's not a global exclusive ability. Don't get it confused, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? It's a global upgrade. What this means is Speedster was a move that he already had in his kit, and you would have to have enhanced him to tier 2 in order to get this. So we, in the global version, already get it, because in the Japanese version he was lacking a little bit. He was a wee bit under par, so when they released them in the global version, they gave him a little bit of a buff. Granted, he came out a little bit earlier. Oh, sorry, yeah, he came earlier than he should have in the global version than he did in the Japanese version. But anyways, we do get this amazing update. Add chance of evading physical attacks, boost the wind resistance by 50%, invade 1 physical attack at the start of the turn, and chance of reducing wind resistance by 75% for 1 enemy. Girl, it's like a freaking chapter book for this dude. He's got an ability that's got a goddamn chapter book in there. It's nuts. That is all really, really good stuff. What does that mean to you? He can evade attacks. Okay, he gets a boost. I think it's like 15%, 10%, 50%, something like that. Anyways, we'll look at the logistics once it comes out on the global versions after the update. But increases, he's got a chance to evade. He also has a he boosts his wind resistance by 50% in his kit no matter what. Per a turn, kind of like Olive's move when she shoots that giant beacon into the air. When he starts the battle, he can evade 1 physical attack at the start of the battle. If he dies, gets like you do full raise or raise on him or comeback or whatever, that ability returns. Again, unless they change this from the Japanese version, that's exactly what's happening. And he's got a chance of reducing wind resistance by 75% for 1 enemy when he does attack them. It is a sexy, sexy move. Overall, this unit, should you pull for him? Absolutely. If you do want another Chocobo Knight, he's a very fantastic unit. His team is amazing. He's got capabilities of chaining. He does good damage. He can tank. He's got a natural provoke in his kit as well, so you're going to be very happy if you do get this guy. I would say definitely must have. His Japanese rating is like 95 or something, 96. I'll have to take a look anyways. It was a while ago when I looked at him, when I got him on the Japanese version. He's still a very, very good unit. In global right now, he's amazing. I would rank him up in the top units for now, but he's going to slowly fade into the 95s later on in the game. Next unit here, I said, yeah, she's a Chocobo Knight. Next unit here is when I looked at this dude's job, I'm like, slave maker? What? What is this guy? He's a slave owner? Like, what is... anyways, that's just when you wake up in the morning and you look at it feeling like P. Diddy, looking at your phone and your eyes aren't open and you're like, slave? What the hell? Anyways, that's what happened in the morning when I found out that this unit was released. Okay? Anyway, so let's look at his overall stats. 3,500 for hit points. Attack is about 118. Defense, MP, really, really good, which is good for him. High spirit. Magic is meh. He is a 4-star that goes to 6-star. His name is Ilyas. Ilyas. This dude this dudette, or no, actually this dude is okay. I mean, like, his abilities are very, very interesting, and I'll get to that in a second. His TM is interestingly good, I guess we can put it that way. It's called Healer's Wisdom. Boosts spirit by 40%. Amazing. We can stop there. Okay? 40% spirit boost is very, very sexy to be able to put on a tank or a unit that is lacking spirit, and you're going to be fighting a boss where he's just going to poop his magic right all over you. So you're going to be in a good situation. Additional bonus to that, and increases the potency of healing items during battle. Not very useful, I don't think, at the moment. Maybe some usefulnesses for it, I suppose, but the 40 spirit on it is not that bad. So I'm going to rank that TM still pretty good, because it's the highest spirit we can technically get right now from Materia, sort of ish. Yes. Abilities: immunization. It casts an ability like AoE for everyone. It boosts their poison, blind, sleep, silence, paralysis, confusion, disease, and zone resistance for everyone. That is nice. That is very nice. Special recipe is an ability. It enables special abilities for 1 turn and reduces damage taken by a caster. You use this move, next move you can cast an ability, he reduces damage, and I believe this is the one that allows him to cast a really powerful heal. Extract, damage all enemies and enable a special ability for 1 turn. This one I believe is the one he damages everyone. It does some damage, and then next turn he's got a chance to recover 75 MP. It's either or. Either Extract does that or Special Recipe does that. One of those abilities does something like that. Again, we'll look over the logistics when the update goes live to see how they transfer it from Japanese to the global version. Alright? Overall, very interesting unit. Should you pull for him, or should you be happy if you got him? Absolutely. For sure, you should be very happy about his TM. Secondly, you should be pretty interested, and I'm going to level him to max, just because as far as Ling goes, Ling is good for recovering MP, and we know she can do it. She recovers a very low amount of MP when she uses it. He recovers like 75 or something MP per use, but you have to kind of prepare for it. It is very good. It's a very good idea to have at least one of this dude fully leveled up in case you need it. Okay, so that's when I'm going to put you with that. Should you be happy if you got him? Absolutely. Should you level him to max? Absolutely. Because especially if you don't have Ling, you should absolutely level this dude up. Okay, let's move along. Now the unit I'm most excited about, and I think is probably the prize of this whole banner, is going to be Amelia. Amelia is a physical damage dealer. Got a good healthy amount of hit points. The attack is meh, but it's still okay though. Defense is okay. Spirit is a little bit low. MP is okay. Magic is poop. 4-star going to 6-star. So most of us should be able to get her. I would hope to get a few of her because she's amazing. Her job is maid, the badass of all badasses. She's a maid. She even looks badass with dual wielding what looks like from this perspective. She looks like she's got 2 like hair dryers in her hands. Just the way I always envisioned it. But she's got 2 guns in her hands. Trust Mastery is amazing. Apron Dress. Defense and Spirit 49. God. Already, just looking at the Defense and Spirit, it is amazing. Boost attack by 30% when equipped with a gun, girl, or a hair-blowing dryer thingamajig. That is amazing. This is going to go really good on her because she uses guns anyways, and she's got naturally in her kit dual-wield guns. This is actually also useful for characters like Medius, if you want him to do a little bit more damage. For characters like King, if you want him to do a little bit more damage. I don't know if they can actually wear this cloth. They should be able to. Apron Dress is also going to be very useful for a character like Olive. Amazing. Absolutely amazing TM. I can't wait to get this character. So let's take a look at some of her abilities. I'm going to move along to the last dude here. We're looking at featured abilities: Ricochet, Damage, and Stop All Enemies. It's an AoE damage attack that has a 30% chance of stopping all enemies. Amazing for, PvP, and if you need to do it against trash, very, very good. She's got a move called Trigger Happy. It is a cheer style ability. Boost attack and defense by 45% for all allies. Girl, that is amazing. Already an amazing unit. She's got a move called Disorder, AoE damage. I think it's a 2.1 multiplier or 1.8, something like that. Don't hold me to it till the data comes out. Also, what does she have in her kit? She's got Kiraja, so she can heal. She's got another like debuff thing inside her. I think she can individually break attack and defense and magic or something like that. So overall, this unit, this badass maid, she can break, she can buff, she can heal, and she's got a move that 7 hits. 7 or 10 hits, something like that. I can't really remember, but 7 or 10 hits, and she can chain that ability. I'm hoping to get like 2 or 3 of her. I'm gonna level all 3 of them to max because she's one of those characters that's kind of like Shizuru. She can chain really, really well with herself, and she can probably chain with the other units, but we'll see how that goes. If you don't have Orlando, if you don't have Chizuru, if you don't whatever, and you do get 2 of her, level them up to max because they're going to be your next tier chaining units. And on top of that, they can heal and buff. So one of the better chaining units that you can get right now. She is the gem. I would say the best character you can get here. Yes, Folan is there. He's the 5-star base, but she is like a staple for you guys to get. So if you do get her, level her up to max. You're going to be very happy with her performance. It's the only thing is to get full extent of her, you're gonna have some good weapons, like some guns to get out of her. But either way, very, very, very good unit. Alright, cool. I think I said very enough times. Last unit here is Camile. Pretty quickly here, low life, low attack, defense, magic, spirit. Everything's very doo-doo. She's a 3-star going to 5-star, limited by that 5-star break. Overall, she's a swordsman. She looks really badass. She looks like a goddamn barbarian. She's just ready there with a sword that is on fire, and the sword behind her, which looks like it's water. So she's got fire and water swords in her hands. So badass looking. Tress Mastery is the best part about this unit. It's called Aqua Blade, attack 90, water elemental damage, enables dual wield of swords. Okay? I have to say swords. It is not like the dagger from Adele, or Abel, sorry, not Adele, Abel. Because the dagger allows you to, as a secondary weapon, you can put anything. It is like the materia, the TM, sorry, dual wield. It is exactly like that, right? But except you have to wear the dagger to get it. In this case, it gives you dual wielding, but you can only have swords. It is exactly like what you would see with dual wield guns. You can only have guns. You can't dual wield swords when it's only dual wield guns, right? So that's the same scenario here. If you have another sword, you can use it. Who is this useful for? Well, that unit is not out yet. This is a very, very good item for a unit like Titus or Titus or however the hell you want to call him. The dude from Final Fantasy X, the main guy. Alright? This is a very good item for him because he's a water element based unit. This is going to benefit him. If you have his TM and this, you're going to be gold. You have free up a materia slot and whatever, you're going to be very happy. Let's look at our abilities. A Bountiful Dance, boosts water and earth resistance for all allies. Pretty cool. Land, Slide, Flash, deal earth damage and reduce defense and spirit for one enemy. Not bad. Ruin, Slash, deal partially mitigated damage to one enemy. Alright. So again, we'll jump into these units more into detail by looking at all their abilities once they do roll over into the global version tomorrow after the update. We're going to take a look at them individually to really look at their abilities and see what kind of usefulness they have. But overall, the banner is very, very good. Every unit has a very good TM again, and I'm very happy to see this. These units are representing those TMs really, really well. So, should you pull? Absolutely. If you're looking, like if you don't need one of these units in their thing, I would still do a few pulls to try and get Amelia. She's going to be a very good unit for you for chaining, and her TM is going to be like very much worth your time. So go for it. All right, guys. And I'm going to save the gathering for an individual video to talk about that because this video is getting pretty long. It's about 30 minutes. So I'm going to cover that because that is very, very exciting. So if you haven't seen that yet, take a look at it. It should be out there on its own. So thank you guys so much for sticking around. This has been Vortie, and I'm sorry again for bringing the news a little bit late. Like I said, I was busy doing other things. This is a very exciting time again. We got a lot of cool stuff coming out, so I hope you guys are excited. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about the units. What do you think about their TMs? Are you excited about these units that are coming out? And then in the next video about the gathering, let me know how you feel about that as well. I will see you guys in the next video. This is Vortie, and I'm out of here. Peace.
I said it.